You're listening to The John and Heidi Show. Now, featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Ferris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Ferris. Good day to you, Mr. Ferris.
Hey, John, Heidi, everything great?
It's
Always.
wonderful.
It's paradise.
Heidi wants to strangle me right now.
This is why I couldn't live in a little house.
Coming
It's
into
called
the
a
studio
tiny
when you
house.
two are here, it's like walking over a rainbow.
Isn't it?
You never know what's going to
Isn't
happen.
it wonderful?
Undappled. And glitter unicorns. Traipsing about. And I mean
like
traipsing.
Yes.
Not just jumping or walking or running. They're traipsing.
Traipsing.
And I think that's important.
I agree.
Celebrity birthdays today, the Quiet Beatle. Beatle guitarist George Harrison.
Oh, yeah.
This day, he's pretty phenomenal. Loved him with the Traveling Wilburys, too.
Yeah. Yes.
All-time favorite groups.
He's sadly not with us anymore, which is really sad.
Scott Thompson is 57 today.
Scott Thompson.
He goes by Carrot Top.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You know, he...
If you just see clips of him, whatever, it's like, who'd pay to see this guy? He just seems so obnoxious.
Right.
But I know people who have actually seen him in concerts. It's just
hilarious.
the funniest darn
Yeah.
things. Absolutely phenomenal.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, he's a funny dude.
Okay.
And he's super ripped.
Yeah. Not as much as he used to be.
It's bizarre, though.
No.
Doesn't he look bizarre? Like the videos and pictures I've seen of him and stuff, he looks...
He actually toned that down
Bizarre.
a bit. I watched a video. He just said, when I got to Vegas, it was lonely. There's nothing to do here, So then he was in the gym all day working out.
Sure.
But then the casino told him, hey, Carrot Top, how about you maybe calm down? You're scaring the guests.
Yeah, he got a little pumped. Super pumped.
Yeah.
Like this actress a lot. Rashida Jones. Is
I do, too.
46.
I do, too.
She, of course, was in The Office and went on to co-star in Parks and Rec as Ann Parker.
And was just in a Super Bowl commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah, and happens to be
Driving
the
that one truck.
daughter of producer extraordinaire Quincy Jones. So,
I did not know
didn't know
that.
that either.
yes, Rashida is Quincy's little girl.
I had no clue.
Yep. See, what's going on here? Number one, things we really need to know. People think history starts the day they're born. Oh, no, there was a lot going on long before you hit the planet, Mr. and Missy. 1836, man by the name of Samuel Colt.
Oh, yeah.
Patents the first multi-shot revolving cylinder handgun,
Sweet.
enabling the firearm to be fired multiple times without reloading.
Kind of caught on a bit.
Yeah, it would have been just recently John screwed up Heidi's gun safe.
Yes.
It's a whole different story, but
That's
it's
why she's
Yes, it
angry at me.
is.
technology.
Here's
Here's John. I have no idea what I'm doing. Not going to stop me from doing it, though.
There's a
Ooh,
button.
a red button.
There's a
I'm gonna
button
push
inside.
this.
I pushed the button. I was like, what does this thing do? And then she's like, what'd you do? And now the safe won't work.
I've just deprogrammed your entire security system.
She's angry. I'm watching a YouTube video. I'll figure it out.
Whatever. That'll be that'll be on this day in history a year from now because it was actually pretty incredible.
It really is.
So 1913, feeling the pain. It is tax season, of course.
Yeah.
Was this day in 1913? The 16th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution fires up. That permits a federal income tax.
Yeah.
Not my favorite amendment, by the way.
Not to be outdone, a few years later, this day in 1919, Oregon becomes the very first state to tax gasoline at 1 cent per gallon.
I wish we could go back to 1 cent per gallon.
Well, it never stops. Oregon's up to almost 40 cents a gallon now.
Yeah.
So it's like they see a good thing, they think it is, and just hammer it and hammer it and hammer it and
bet.
hammer it, and away you go. In fact, we're going to talk about inflation with things I find interesting.
Ooh,
'Cause
nice.
It's kind of a unique category for inflation that's
Nice.
coming up. Yeah. So I know, we all know. We can just move ahead.
Going to do that. It is the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Ferris, brought to you in part by the all-new RadioTravelGroup.com.
The Vegas Travel Center is offering 3 days and 2 nights accommodations to Vegas. They'll completely waive the package price. Plus, you get tickets to your choice of activities as well as meals. Jump on this now. Obviously, a deal like this isn't going to last. When they're gone, they're gone. So don't miss out. Just call 605-210-5220 and they'll get you set up for a great getaway. Call now for this special radio offer. 605-210-5220. That's 605-210-5220.
Time now for a bright spot of news brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls. They can brighten a room with a beautiful light fixture. We're going to brighten your day right now with some positive news. I actually have a gentleman on the line who I think this is kind of an interesting thing. It's the American Freedom Convoy. So you might have heard about something like this going on in Canada. Well, this is the American version, and I think there's a couple of different ones, but this one, the American Freedom Convoy, will actually be rolling through Sioux Falls next week. And I got an email from Derek DePoe. I've got him on the line right now. Derek, how are you, sir?
Great. How are you doing?
I am fantastic. And you guys are going to be in the Sioux Falls area this coming week. And I got an email from you to talk a little bit about this. And I wanted to chat. First of all, tell me a little bit about what you guys are doing and when you're going to be in the Sioux Falls area.
Well, we're heading out to D.C. to not only protest the mandates and have them removed, but also to ensure that the government no longer has any further overreach over the sovereignty of the people. And we hope to be passing through. We will be passing through Sioux Falls in the evening of the 3rd.
So now, what has been the response as you guys are traveling across the country right now? Has it been pretty positive for you?
Very. We've had a lot of people, supporters, and volunteers reaching out to us, and everyone wanting to get on board to know how they can help us.
The Freedom Convoy in Canada has been going on for a little while here. And are you guys connected to them at all, or two completely different things?
Well, two completely different things, but all with the same idea and motives of making sure that we can get the government to drop all mandates and, like I was stating, to ensure this doesn't happen again.
Do you kind of have an idea of how many people are involved in the American Freedom Convoy?
Well, there's two main convoys heading out. One had left California, I believe it was yesterday. That's the People's Convoy, and then there's ours, along with a bunch of little convoys that will kind of fall in place as convoys are driving by. But my estimate would be between 30 and 50,000 trucks by the time everybody reaches D.C. And
when do you think everybody will be in D.C.? Is there a date that's kind of planned for that?
I do believe the People's Convoy is kind of scheduling for the 5th, somewhere between the 1st and the 5th, and we will be, the American Freedom Convoy will be arriving on the 7th.
So we're going to see a lot of trucks rolling through in the next week, and most of them will be heading east, it sounds like.
Correct.
For people listening, is there something the average person can do if they're saying, hey, I believe very strongly in this and I want to get involved? How do they get a hold of you, or what do they do?
Well, they can go to our website, which is greatamericanpatriotproject.org, or they can reach us on Facebook at Midwest Freedom Convoy to D.C., American Freedom Convoy.
I know that you guys are going to be rolling through this area. Are there things people can do to help as you're going through, or just kind of wave and honk as they're seeing you go by?
Basically, we should have most of our supplies and everything in order, so we're just looking for everybody to get involved by waving to us and flying your flags over overpasses, or if there'd even be any interest, you're welcome to join us for an hour or two down the road. And
this is kind of the first time I'm aware of something like this happening. Is this the first time that you're aware of too, or has this happened before and I just didn't know it?
I guess I've been in the transport industry for over 20 years now, and this is the first thing I've ever seen of anything like this.
And I remember back in the late 70s or early 80s, there was a song called Convoy. And, so I'm sure you guys have probably heard that quite a bit when you're putting this convoy together. But this is a kind of a different convoy, isn't it?
Very much so.
Again, if somebody would like to get some more information, I'll have you give that website one more time, because I'd love for people to be able to find you if they want to reach out or if they want to be involved somehow.
GreatAmericanPatriotProject.org.
And Derek, I appreciate you taking the time to chat. And again, this is something that when you had sent the email over, I said, well, I want to reach out and chat with them about this because you're going to be rolling right through here. So as people are seeing these semis roll past, I want them to know what this is. And if they want to know what you guys stand for, again, they can go to that website.
That's correct, yes. And we will be, if I remember correctly, people will be staying, the trucks will be staying the night of the 3rd in Sioux Falls there. So between the Loves on just off 90 there, and there's probably going to be enough trucks that they'll have to kind of spread out amongst all the truck stops in that area.
Well, very cool. Derek, thank you for your time, and thank you for doing what you're doing, standing up for what you believe in.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Again, Derek is part of the American Freedom Convoy. If you would like to find them online and learn more, there's video, there's information, all of that on their website, greatamericanpatriotproject.org. project.org. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Friday.
It's Bernie Carrick, former New York City Police Commissioner. If you own a gun, you need to check out StopBoxUSA.com, the safest solution to keep a firearm in your home and get instant, reliable access to that gun. It's an awesome weapon retention product, especially if you have little kids at home or frequent visitors. Get access to your gun in under a second. StopBox is the safest solution to keep a firearm in your home.
Use discount code RADIO to save 10% at StopBoxUSA.com.
You need to check out StopBoxUSA.com.
And now stuff Dan finds interesting. Yeah.
It is time for Stuff Dan Finds Interesting. And Dan, what do you find interesting on this Friday?
I find this interesting. It's got some kind of good memories, too. I mean, you guys have 2 kids. Did you do the tooth fairy thing?
Oh, yeah.
I think most parents do
Yep.
in this country. And what was your average payout if Taylor or Troy lost
Usually
a
$1.
Yeah.
About
$1.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds about right. The average price, say, back in the 90s, late 90s, was around $1.50 nationwide.
Okay. Well, we were cheap.
Yeah, we were.
We've just hit a kind of an average national high of around $5.36.
$5.36. What a weird number.
That is, well,
I
some
suppose that's
people
the
use
average,
change.
though.
Yeah.
Average. So, yeah, a little over $5. That's the going rate in 2022.
Okay.
I used to with Luke and Sadie, because I was a fancy guy. I used silver dollars.
Yeah, my nephew gets $2 bills.
Silver dollars tied with a little lace bow. So it looks like the tooth fairy was really efforting.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yep.
Got to have the right hookup with Tooth Fairy to get all these.
I actually have a breakdown state by state because it varies quite a bit.
Okay.
Actually, Minnesota's $4.22 a tooth.
Oh, wow.
Again, I love the little cents thing.
Yeah, right.
So $4.22 in Minnesota for the tooth fairy. North Dakota, $3.02.
Okay.
Don't lose any teeth there.
Nebraska, which kind of needs to step up, $2.59.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Tooths under $3. And Texas is $6.
Woo!
Tooth fairy there
Everything's
is
bigger
right.
in Texas.
Oh, yeah. And South Dakota, not bad, about $4.25.
Okay.
Okay.
$4.25.
So is the highest price Texas, the 6?
Right up there, yeah. Yeah, from what I can see, California is $5. Nevada's $5.21.
Huh.
So, yeah, Texas looks like the big from what I'm seeing here.
The place to be when you lose a tooth.
I guess.
Very, very nice.
I guess so.
Huh.
Yeah, just when you think.
Yeah, it's I hadn't really thought of that before, but I suppose that does change throughout the years. So
Yeah, I think when I was a kid, and I had brothers, and teeth were always falling out. Very seldom.
Falling out or knocked
naturally. I think my parents a quarter. I'm thinking a long time ago.
Do you
I'm
remember
thinking.
yours, Heidi? Was it? I think
I don't remember.
a quarter or 50 cents. I think when I was a kid, somewhere around there.
Yeah, it's 25 cents.
Had a whole lot because if it was too much, my parents knew I would have just pulled all my teeth out to go get candy. So
Our daughter would leave little notes for the tooth fairy and make a little bed for her by her bed so that the tooth fairy could rest because she thought she'd be very tired from running around getting teeth all night.
Wow,
Yeah.
super creepy.
yeah.
She was going for the extra money.
I'm not gonna say anything, but you
And it was.
She really was.
probably have that girl tested.
Take a nap in this shoebox. And she's got a string and a pulley system rigged up to catch her. Now that I got you,
Snare trap.
where are you keeping all this cash?
Fairy's dangling by one leg upside down in the morning.
Oh, wow. Well, Dan, thanks for that. That is
Pretty
interesting.
funny. Yeah,
I
thanks for
sent
having
him some stuff that he said was not interesting. He was quite offended that I
It is
thought it
stuff
was.
that Dan
so.
finds
I
interesting.
know. He's like, it's not interesting, John. Didn't make the cut. But your stuff was much more interesting.
Well,
I
thanks.
appreciate
Appreciate that.
that. All right. That's why we call this Stuff Dan Finds Interesting on the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Ferris.
At BetterCreditCards.com, our mission is to help you get a better credit card. Why pay more interest than you need to? We have cards with amazing points and perks. If you're not a point person and just want the lowest interest rate, you can find those too at BetterCreditCards.com. You can also find credit cards designed to help you build your credit. BetterCreditCards.com wants to help you get a better credit card. Give yourself a little credit at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Friday, February 25th, 2022. Equities tumbled in the wake of what has become an official Russian invasion of Ukraine. The S&P 500 fell more than 2% at the low of the day, but closed well off those lows. While there are signs the sell-off is overextending, the real test for the market comes today with the PCE price index. The trouble in Europe is news that sparked the sell-off, but inflation is what set the stage. If the PCE comes in as hot as expected, it should seal the deal on whether or not the FOMC hikes rates by 50 basis points or 25 basis points at their next meeting. Next week's market action may be just as volatile due to geopolitical events and the release of important economic data. Next week will bring the 1st of March and the monthly NFP read on Friday. The data is expected to be strong, but could give further evidence of peaking within the economy. You can get the inside track from Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at marketbeatminute.com.